औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। नाज़रीन, अहलेबैत टीवी इस वक्त मौजूद हैं। अहलेबैत टीवी का स्टाफ, अहलेबैत टीवी के कैमरामैन, हम लोग यहाँ मौजूद हैं। इस वक्त सेंट्रल लंदन में जो है वो क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के हवाले से, फ़लस्तीनियों के हक़ के खुद इरादियत के हवाले से एहतजाज हो रहा है। बहुत बड़ा एहतजाज हो रहा है। यहाँ मुख्तलिफ़ तंजीमों की जानिब से एहतजाज हो रहा है। बहुत बड़ी तादाद में मुसलमान शरीक हैं इस एहतजाज में और क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के मुतालबा कर रहे हैं। यहाँ होम ऑफिस सेंट्रल लंदन में ये एहतजाज जारी है और यहाँ से ये रैली जो है, एहतजाजी रैली प्रोटेस्ट करती हुई वज़ीर आज़म हाउस पे पहुँचेगी। तो यहाँ बहुत बड़ी तादाद में आप देख रहे होंगे कि मौजूद हैं मोमिनीन और बहुत बड़ी तादाद में मुसलमान मौजूद हैं यहाँ इस एहतजाज में। हमारे साथ शरीक हैं इस एहतजाज में मौलाना नजम जाफ़र साहब। मैं उनसे गुजारिश करूँगा कि अपने ख़यालात का इज़हार करें यहाँ इस रैली में।
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। आज यहाँ पर हम सेंट्रल लंदन में जमा हैं, सारे के सारे मुसलमान, इसमें शिया सुन्नी सारे के सारे और इवन नॉन मुस्लिम भी आज हमारे साथ हैं। और आज हम जमा हुए हैं इमाम खुमैनी रज़वानुल्लाह ताला अलैहा के उस फरमान के मुताबिक कि तमाम मुसलमान और इवन नॉन मुस्लिम भी माह मुबारक रमज़ान के आखिर में जमा हों और क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के लिए भी जो है ना कि अपनी फरियाद बुलंद करनी है। और साथ साथ ये हम पैगाम देना चाहते हैं कि हम जो है ना पूरी दुनिया में जहाँ जहाँ मज़लूम हैं, जहाँ जहाँ पर जो है जुल्म सितम हो रहा है, हम उस जुल्म सितम के ख़िलाफ़ हैं और उन मज़लूमों की आवाज़ को बुलंद करते हैं। क्योंकि मौलाए मुत्तक़ियान अमीर हज़रत अमीरुल मोमिनीन अलैहिस्सलाम का जो है ना इमाम हसन और इमाम हुसैन अलैहिस्सलाम के लिए ये फरमान है, फरमाया कि कूना लिज़्ज़ालिम खस्मा वलिल मज़लूम औना, कि ए बेटा हसन हुसैन आप हमेशा एक बात याद रखिएगा, जहाँ जहाँ मज़लूमियत की जो है ना फरियाद बुलंद हो आपने उसका साथ देना है और जहाँ जहाँ भी ज़ालिम हो, ज़ालिम का जो है ना क्या आपने उनके ख़िलाफ़ करना है। और आज यहाँ पर हम खड़े होकर ये बात जो है ना क्या है सेंट्रल लंदन में बांग दोल ऐलान कर रहे हैं कि हम मज़लूमों के जो है ना क्या जहाँ जहाँ पर भी होंगे, चाहे वो अहले सुन्नत से उनका ताल्लुक़ है, चाहे नॉन मुस्लिम ही क्यों ना, उनके साथ हैं। और जहाँ जहाँ पर जो है ना क्या है ज़ालिमीन हैं, हम उससे जो है ना क्या है बेदारी का ऐलान करते हैं।
जी क़िबला, बाज़ लोग ये कहते हैं कि जी जाने का फ़ायदा क्या है, आज़ादी तो मिलनी नहीं है, जब मिलनी होगी मिलेगी। तो ऐसा कोई मसला है, शरीक होना चाहिए ना लोगों को।
बात यह है कि अगर थोड़ा सा डीपली सोचा जाए, और माशाल्लाह हमारे सामने करबला का नक्शा है और करबला के जो है ना क्या है अगर जो है ना क्या अगर बीबी ज़ैनब औलिया मकाम जो है ना क्या अपने भाई और अपने ख़ानदान की आवाज़ को अगर बुलंद न करती तो उस ज़माने में कोई भी ये सोच नहीं सकता था कि ये क्या होगा, शायद ये होगा ही नहीं, ये कैसे मुमकिन है। इतनी बड़ी पावर है, यजीद है, उसकी फ़ौजें हैं, कहाँ जो है ना 72 का मजमा और कहाँ 1 लाख से ज़्यादा का मजमा है और पूरे उनके पास पूरी हर किस्म की जो है ना क्या मशीनरी हुकूमत की मौजूद है। और लेकिन कोई तसव्वुर भी नहीं कर सकता था और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रब्बिल आलमीन अल्लाह सुब्हानहू तआला ने ये करके दिखाया। और ये है कि इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि हम खामोश हो जाएं, अपने हक़ से जो है ना दस्तबरदार हो जाएं और हम ये करें कि हमें जो है ना इसके बाद कुछ करने नहीं, हमारा ये हक़ बनता है कि हम सदाए मज़लूमियत को हम पूरी दुनिया में पहुँचाएँ और उनके लिए बुलंद करें। बाकी हमने अपना फ़रीज़ा अदा किया है, बाकी जो है ना क्या अल्लाह पर छोड़ते हैं।
यकीनन करबलाई होने का सबूत हमने देना है और मज़लूम के हक़ में आवाज़ बुलंद करनी है। ये कितने अरसे से ये एहतजाज जारी है?
ये तकरीबन जब से इनकलाब जमहूरियत इस्लामी ईरान आया है उससे पहले ही यकीनन इमाम खुमैनी ने ये सोच मुसलमानों के अंदर पैदा की थी। लेकिन इनकलाब इस्लामी ईरान की कामयाबी के बाद से जो है ना क्या है प्रैक्टिकली पूरी दुनिया में जहाँ जहाँ मुसलमान आबाद हैं वो सारे के सारे जो है ना क्या है अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह पूरी, मैंने खुद वीडियोज़ देखी हैं, उनके तस्वीर देखी हैं, जहाँ जहाँ पर भी शिया ने हैदर करार मौजूद हैं और मुसलमान मौजूद हैं, उन्होंने कुद्स की आज़ादी और बैतुल मुक़द्दस की आज़ादी का जो है ना फरियाद बुलंद की हुई है और हर साल करते हैं।
लेकिन क़िबला, आप जानते हैं कि बहुत सारे मुल्क हैं हमारे, 52 से ज़्यादा मुल्क हैं हमारे, इस्लामी मुल्क हैं, लेकिन अगर ख़याल आया तो सिर्फ आयतुल्लाह रहबर मौज़म आयतुल्लाह खुमैनी को ख़याल आया और उनकी आवाज़ पे लोगों ने लब्बैक कहा है। तो ये आज़ादी तक इंशाअल्लाह जारी रहेगा एहतजाज।
देखिए, हम इस बात के कायल हैं, देखिए कि इमाम खुमैनी रिज़वानुल्लाह ताला अपने आप को मकतब इमाम जाफ़र सादिक़ का एक अदना सा शागिर्द समझते थे और फरमाते थे। बहरहाल अहले बैत की तालीमात के मुताबिक ही उन्होंने ये काम किया और मैं समझता हूँ कि ये हमारे लिए बाइस फ़ख्र है।
शुक्रिया नजम जाफ़र साहब, हम आपके शुक्रगुज़ार हैं अहलेबैत टीम की जानिब से। जी नाज़रीन, इस वक्त एहतजाज जारी है, सेंट्रल लंदन में एहतजाज जारी है, फ़लस्तीन के हक़ में एहतजाज जारी है, क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के लिए एहतजाज जारी है। और ये कहना कि फ़ायदा क्या होगा अगर यही सोच के इमाम हुसैन मदीने में बैठ जाते और ये कहते कि इलाकाई मसला है शाम का, इलाकाई मसला है कूफे का, तो फिर ये इनकलाब नहीं आ सकता था। पूरे आलम इस्लाम में यजीदियत होती, हुसैनियत का तसव्वुर ना होता, तौहीद का तसव्वुर ना होता, रसालत का तसव्वुर ना होता, बल्कि यजीद ने तो कह दिया था कि कोई वही नाजिल नहीं हुई, बनी हाशिम का ढोंग था ये। अगर यजीद की इस आवाज़ पे खामोश हो जाते इमाम हुसैन भी, तो आज तमाम आलम में यजीदियत ही यजीदियत होती। हम सदाए एहतजाज बुलंद करते हैं, क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के लिए हम आवाज़ बुलंद करते हैं और फ़लस्तीन की हक़ ख़ुद इरादियत के लिए। जी नाज़रीन, अभी हम और उलमा से आपकी बात कराएंगे, अभी हम और आगे जाएंगे और देखेंगे कि वहाँ क्या हो रहा है। ये तमाम शियों की जानिब से, तमाम मुसलमानान आलम की जानिब से इस वक्त एहतजाज जारी है। जी नाज़रीन,
So here we are at the Al-Quds demonstration 2019. It's even more significant than all the years that it's previously been held, simply because it's the time when the March of Return really is coming home to roost. And also we have the situation in Palestine where the deal of the century, which Donald Trump has been promising, is actually the fraud of the century and is actually an effort to try and fob off the Palestinian rights. The Al-Quds March is a classic way, it's the best way to refute the kind of new machinations of not only the Zionist Israeli government but also the Americans who are trying to tout the kind of, if you like, resolution which would basically take away the rights of the Palestinians. So the people here are here to primarily show their solidarity with Palestine, to show the people in the Home Office here who've also proscribed certain organizations that are linked to the freedom of Palestine, that actually we are here to resist. We don't really accept their kind of version of things. And it's also to give a message to the Zionists who have also been trying to ban the whole BDS notion, the whole notion of being anti-Zionist. They want us to equate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism in this country. It's not happening. Anti-Zionism is a legitimate expression of political opinion against Zionism, whereas anti-Semitism, of course, Muslims are not anti-Semitic. There are Jews here at the event today. They'll be leading the march, which shows the love of Muslims with Jews who are honourable people of the book. As far as Muslims are concerned in Britain, we have a peaceful intention to highlight the plight of Palestinians who are being killed, murdered, maimed every day. And of course, Al-Quds is not just about the Palestinian cause or about the land of Palestine being freed. It's about tackling oppression across the world. Whether it's in Yemen, in Syria, in any part of the world where tyranny exists, Ayatollah Khomeini instituted the Al-Quds demonstration as a way of us expressing our affiliation with the oppressed and against the oppressors. It's the tyrants we're saying no to today, and that's what this march is about.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. It's a pleasure to be here back again at the Quds Day March, which Alhamdulillah I've been attending in London for the last 40 years. Now particularly it's very, very important why we should all participate in this annual gathering, which is international gathering, and in all cities, in most of the major cities in the world, a Quds Day March is held, really to show how the Palestinians have been oppressed for the last 75 years. No matter what anyone says, Israel is definitely an apartheid state. Israel is a racist state. Israel is a state which is really trampling on the rights of the Palestinian people for the last 75 years. If we as Londoners, as people living in the UK, don't have an opportunity, do not express our support, at least by marching, then really we have failed the Palestinians completely and thoroughly. As Mr. Mahathir Mohamad recently said, that the Palestinian issue is a global issue. Until there is peace and resolving the oppression of the Palestinians in a proper manner, there will be no peace, not only in the Middle East, but really it impinges on global peace. And we have to really support the Palestinians in whatever way and manner that we can.
जी नाजरीन, हम दोबारा वापस आ गए और ये एहतजाज जारी है। यहाँ अहलेबैत टीवी जो है यहाँ मौजूद है, अहलेबैत टीवी के लोग मौजूद हैं यहाँ। इस एहतजाज में बड़ी तादाद में मुसलमान शरीक हैं बैतुल मुक़द्दस की आज़ादी के लिए, क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के लिए, फ़लस्तीनियों के हक़ खुद इरादियत के हक़ में नारे लगा रहे हैं। और एक बड़ी तादाद जो है वो फ़लस्तीन के क़िबला अव्वल आज़ादी के हक़ में यहाँ नारे लगाती हुई वज़ीर आज़म हाउस की तरफ जा रही है। इस प्रोटेस्ट में हमारे साथ शरीक हैं हमारे एहतजाज की एक शरीक, हम उनसे पूछेंगे कि यहाँ क्यों आई हैं और क्या मकसद है यहाँ आने का। जी
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। यहाँ आने का मकसद ये है कि हमें इमाम हुसैन ने ये सिखाया है कि जो भी मजलूम हो, जो भी ऑप्रेस्ड हो, आप उसका साथ दें। तो हम यहाँ आके ये बताना चाहते हैं कि हम इससे कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता कि फ़लस्तीन में कौन लोग रहते हैं, कैसे लोग रहते हैं, लेकिन हम हमेशा मजलूमों के साथ हैं। हम उनकी सपोर्ट करते हैं और ये पैगाम हमें इमाम हुसैन ने सिखाया है और अहले बैत ने सिखाया है, मौला अली ने सिखाया है। तो इस वजह से हम यहाँ पे खड़े हैं क्योंकि हम अहले बैत के मानने वाले हैं।
जी आप तो आई हैं लेकिन बच्चों को भी लेके आई हैं, क्यों अकेले क्यों नहीं आई?
क्योंकि जैसे इमाम हुसैन अपने बच्चों को लेके गए थे करबला, हम अपने बच्चों को ये सिखाना चाहते हैं कि इमाम हुसैन का ये पैगाम है कि आप कैसे भी हों, बच्चे हों, बड़े हों, आप हक़ का साथ दें। अभी से हम उन्हें ये सिखाएंगे, जिस तरह हम उन्हें मजलिसों में लेके जाते हैं, चाहे वो फ़र्श पे सो जाएं, हम उन्हें मजलिसों में लेके जाते हैं क्योंकि उनके कान में कोई बात तो जाती है। इसी तरह हम उन्हें आज इस एहतजाज में लेके आएँ ताकि उन्हें पता चले कि चाहे हम रहें ना रहें, जब वो बड़े होंगे तो वो फ़लस्तीन को आज़ाद देखेंगे।
शुक्रिया, बहुत मेहरबानी। यकीनन करबला ने हमें ये सबक सिखाया है कि बच्चों की तरबियत ऐसे करोगे, मजलूमों के हक़ में आवाज़ उठाते रहें, बच्चों की तरबियत ऐसे ही होगी तो फिर करबलाई पैदा होंगे, फिर जॉन जैसे पैदा होंगे, फिर सईद जैसे पैदा होंगे, फिर हुर जैसे पैदा होंगे। यकीनन हमारा यही फ़र्ज़ है कि हम अपने बच्चों को भी लेकर आएँ इस आज़ादी के एहतजाज में, इस क़िबला अव्वल के आवाज़ उठाने के लिए। बहुत बड़ी तादाद में आप देख रहे हैं कि मौजूद हैं मुसलमानान आलम और एहतजाज कर रहे हैं। जी
I've got some Muslim MPs. On the road. Thanks very much for that. Can you all stay on the road? Don't go
जी नाजरीन, यह एहतजाज जारी है और मुसलमान आलम इस वक्त एहतजाज कर रहे हैं क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के हवाले से, बैतुल मुक़द्दस की आज़ादी के हवाले से, फ़लस्तीन के हक़ ख़ुद इरादियत के हवाले से यहाँ एहतजाज हो रहा है। मैं बात करूँगा, हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं सिप्तैन काज़मी साहब, किसी तारुफ के मोहताज नहीं है। इस एहतजाज के हवाले से मैं चाहूँगा कि सिप्तैन काज़मी साहब अपने ख़यालात का इज़हार करें। अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आप यहाँ एहतजाज में शरीक हैं, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
आज तमाम अक़वाम आलम, तमाम मकातब फ़िक्र, मज़ाहिब, दुनिया में हर कौम के लोग, यहूदी, क्रिश्चियन, सिख, हिंदू, मुसलमान, लंदन में एक बहुत ही हिस्टोरिकल और तारीख़ी प्रोटेस्ट है, मुनज़्ज़म, मुअस्सर और बहुत बड़ी गैदरिंग है, जिसमें ख़वातीन, बच्चे और बुज़ुर्ग और तमाम शामिल हैं। मकसद ये है कि जितना जुल्म और बर्बरियत और गासिबाना कब्ज़ा इसराइल का वो ख़त्म होना चाहिए, फ़लस्तीनियों को आज़ादी और उनका हक़ मिलना चाहिए, और जुल्म के ख़िलाफ़ और जारहियत के ख़िलाफ़ ये लंदन में सबसे बड़ा सालाना अल-कुद्स का इज्तिमा है और एहतजाज है। और ये तब तक जारी रहेगा जब तक जुल्म और जबर का ख़ात्मा नहीं होता, फ़लस्तीन की अवाम को अपना मुल्क और उनको एक मुल्क और आज़ादी नहीं मिलती, और जबर और जुल्म का ख़ात्मा नहीं होता। तो मैं अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ आप अहलबैत टीवी से तशरीफ़ लाए और आपने कवरेज दी और मज़लूमों का पैगाम हक़ सुनाया। असल रूह आज़ादारी ये है कि एहसास ज़िंदा रहे और हर ज़ालिम के ख़िलाफ़ बरसर पैकार रहें और मज़लूमों का साथ दें। आज ये तारीख़ी इज्तिमा जम गफ़ीर एक क़ुव्वत और जानदार आवाज़ है यूनाइटेड नेशन से, सलामती कौंसल OIC के इंसानी हुकूक़ के मुताबिक तमाम इस गासिबाना कब्ज़ा को ख़त्म कराया जाए। कश्मीर हो, फ़लस्तीन हो, जन्नतुल बकी हो, उनको आज़ादी हासिल होनी चाहिए।
क़िबला बहुत सारे लोग ये सोच के नहीं आते कि हमारी आवाज़ से होगा क्या, फ़ायदा क्या है जाने का, ये कोई जवाज़ है?
नहीं, अल्लाह ने मज़लूमों की आवाज़ में बहुत असर रखा है। ख़ुद ये आवाज़ ज़ालिमों की रुसवाई है। फिर हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी और शरई ज़िम्मेदारी है, अखलाकी और इंसानी, क्योंकि जो जुल्म के सामने खामोश रहता है उसमें और ज़ालिम में कोई फ़र्क नहीं है। इसलिए हमारा ज़मीर और इंसानी जो रवैये हैं उसके मुताबिक हमें आवाज़ बुलंद करना चाहिए। हम यूनाइटेड होकर आवाज़ बुलंद करें, अपनी ताकत को यकजा करें, यूनिटी और पीस और अमन के लिए काम करें। इंशाअल्लाह आप देखेंगे समर मिलेगा और नतीजा मिलेगा, फ़लस्तीन आज़ाद होगा और इसराइल को दिन ब दिन आलमी सतह पर रुसवाई हो रही है।
यकीन फ़लस्तीन आज़ाद होगा, क़िबला वाला आज़ाद होगा। ये आवाज़ कहाँ से बुलंद हुई थी फ़लस्तीन की क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी की? मैं चाहूँगा कि उसके हवाले से थोड़ा।
देखो, ईरान के इनकलाब और राहबरियत ने पूरी दुनिया के ज़मीर को झंझोड़ा है और कहा है कि कोई मज़हब अक़ीदे का लिहाज किए बग़ैर ज़ालिम अगर मुसलमान भी हो तो उससे बरसर पैकार रहें, मज़लूम काफिर भी हो तो उसकी मदद की जाए। तो ईरान ने एक बड़ी क़ुव्वत के साथ जानदार पैगाम दिया। पूरे आलमी दुनिया में लोग यूनाइटेड हो चुके हैं और ये स्ट्रांग आवाज़ और इसका बड़ा असर है, और इंशाअल्लाह मौला के करम से इसके असरात और समरात फ़ौरन आएंगे और नताइज सामने आएंगे इंशाअल्लाह।
इंशाल्लाह यकीनन ये बहुत बड़ा एहतजाज जारी है लंदन में, सेंट्रल लंदन से इसका आगाज़ हुआ है और ये वज़ीर आज़म हाउस पे जाके ख़त्म होगा इंशाल्लाह। और यहाँ खाली एक ही मसलक के लोग नहीं हैं, मुसलमान आलम यहाँ शरीक हैं। व्हाट डू यू वांट टू से अबाउट प्रोटेस्ट?
We come every year here and to show to the world the Jewish cannot be connection with State Israel. State Israel is very anti-Semitic against the Jewish, and is a bigger liar for all the world from start to the world. And I say this again and again and again, and I hope so. It's the last year we see the State Israel survive, and after it will not be war in the world. Because when the State Israel survive, she's make all the time she make the terror in the world. She bring the people make terror in Gaza. Because if it no State Israel, it will not be Hamas, not be Hezbollah, not be nothing. Because everybody want just live with peace. And State Israel is make politics in all the world and just think how to make war in the world, make problem, and he live from liar. It's not from true. And we are not want, we are the true, not want kill people. We just want show the true. And everybody, I want even the people believe the Zionists. He know the stand what is Zionist. If he's the stand Zionist, he know what he believe is a garbage, is nothing.
थैंक यू ये देख रहे हैं कि आप तमाम आलम इस्लाम बल्कि खाली मुसलमान ही नहीं बहुत सारे यहाँ मौजूद हैं लोग जो इस हवाले से एहतजाज कर रहे हैं, मजलूम के हक़ में आवाज़ बुलंद कर रहे हैं। बहुत बड़ी तादाद मौजूद है और मौसवी साहब भी यहाँ मौजूद हैं। हम इंशाल्लाह मौसवी साहब से ही बात करते हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम जनाब, आप भी अपने ख़यालात का इज़हार करें आज के प्रोटेस्ट के हवाले से।
In fact, we are here to stand against terrorism. We are here to stand against injustice. We are here to stand against illegal occupation. Nowadays, the world is keeping mum quiet in front of the terrorism in Israel, which is being looked after by the state of Israel. People claim that they are for human rights, but when it comes to the human rights of the children of Palestine, no one is doing anything. Ask the President Trump of America, did he know about the children of Palestine who have been killed by his allies, the Israelis? If he does not know, that cannot be accepted. And if he knows and he is keeping mum quiet, means he is partner directly or indirectly in this justice. If some people in some countries are unable to raise their voice against injustice, we are here in the West able to say no. Terrorism is terrorism. We cannot accept it and we will never tolerate it, and we will keep on demanding justice, peace for all human beings, including the Palestinians and people everywhere.
Thank you. बहुत बड़ी तादाद में फ़लस्तीनियों के हक़ में नारे लगाते हुए यहाँ से हमारे तमाम आलम इस्लाम के लोग जो हैं वो जा रहे हैं और हमारे साथ यहाँ मुशर्रफ हुसैनी साहब भी इस एहतजाज में शरीक हैं। मैं चाहूँगा कि इनसे भी बात की जाए। मुशर्रफ हुसैनी साहब, ये आप देख रहे हैं कि एक बड़ी तादाद यहाँ सिर्फ मुसलमान हैं या दूसरी मज़हब के भी लोग मौजूद हैं?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। फ़िलिस्तीन का मसला दुरुस्त है कि शुरू फ़िलिस्तीन से हुआ, लेकिन अब वो फ़िलिस्तीन का मसला नहीं रहा है, एक आलमगीर इंसानियत का मसला बन गया है। क्योंकि ये दौर जिस दौर से हम गुज़र रहे हैं, इस दौर में कुल्ले कुफ्र यकजा हो रहा है और कुल्ले ईमान यकजा हो रहे हैं। और जब ईमान और कुफ्र की दो डिवीज़न इस वक्त हो रही हैं, तो जहाँ एक तरफ हमें ये मालूमात हासिल हो रही हैं कि वो हस्ती जिसने ईमान को लीड करना है, इमाम ज़मान अजल्लाहु ताला फ़रजहु शरीफ के ज़हूर, वो करीब है। और ये उस ज़माने में हक़ और बातिल की दो तकसीमें होंगी। सुन्नी, शिया, अहले हदीस, बरेलवी, देवबंदी वगैरह की तकसीम नहीं होगी। तकसीम जो होगी वो होनी है हक़ और बातिल की, और वो हक़ के बातिल की तकसीम नज़र आ रही है। आप यहाँ पे देखें, इस जुलूस में भी आपको हर मकतब फ़िक्र, हर मज़हब, हर रंग, नस्ल, कौम, कबीले का फ़र्द आपको मिलेगा जो अपना हिस्सा अदा करने के लिए यहाँ पर आया है। तो अवाम के साथ भी हमारा मैसेज है कि इस दौर की ज़रूरत को समझें, नविश्ते दीवार को समझें। मेरे मौला का फरमान है, कूनू लिज़ालिम खस्मन वलिल मज़लूम औना, ज़ालिम के मुखालिफ और मज़लूम के हामी बन के रहो। इर्रिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ कलर, क्रीड वगैरह कोई चीज़ नहीं देखनी। ज़ालिम और मज़लूम, कहीं भी जुल्म है हम उसके मुखालिफ हैं, और कहीं भी मज़लूम है हम उसके हामी हैं। और यही मैसेज आज के जुलूस का है। वस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू।
शुक्रिया मुशर्रफ हुसैनी साहब। ये इस वक्त मज़लूमों के हक़ में ये एहतजाज जारी है और इसमें मैं देख रहा हूँ कि बहुत बड़ी तादाद में दूसरे मज़ाहिब के लोग भी शरीक हैं, सिख भी शरीक हैं, यहाँ मुसलमान भी शरीक हैं, ईसाई भी शरीक हैं और मज़लूमों के हक़ में आवाज़ बुलंद कर रहे हैं। मुसलसल मज़लूमों के हक़ में ये आवाज़ आलम इस्लाम से बुलंद हो रही है। और आज ये लंदन की सेंट्रल लंदन में इस एहतजाज का आगाज़ हुआ है और ये वज़ीर आज़म हाउस तक जाएगी एहतजाजी प्रोटेस्ट करते हुए। एहतजाजी रैली जो है वो अपने मंजिल की तरफ बढ़ रही है। मुसलसल हम देख रहे हैं कि यहाँ उलमा मौजूद हैं, यहाँ शोरा मौजूद हैं, यहाँ नोहा खान मौजूद है, यहाँ ओके मैं एक और मुसलमान नहीं है लेकिन मैं मालूम करता हूँ कि वो क्यों आए। What do you want to say about protest?
We come here to demonstrate together with the Palestinian people to show solidarity for the Palestinian people. Zionism is the way of the Satan. Zionism is against the Torah. God sent us in exile. We are in exile by divine decree. Going out of exile is a rebellion against the Almighty. Jews should not have their own land. We have to stay in exile. The only solution in today's day that the whole land should go back for the Palestinian people, from the river to the sea. Jews have a golden history in all the Muslim countries. Take for example, even today, Jews live in peace. Look, for example, Iran, a beautiful country. They have 30,000 Jews there. They have their own member of parliament. Jews have no problem there. All the Muslim countries, Jews have no problem. The Muslims have no problem with Jews. They have a problem with occupiers. They're not a problem with Jews. Jews and Muslims live every time together. We hope, if we pray to God for a free Palestine from the river to the sea, then Jews and Muslims can live together in harmony and peace. We are not supporting a two-state solution. In the Torah it's written, a rebellion against God, it can't be succeed. As long as the state of Israel is a rebellion against the Almighty, it will come to an end. It's already 71 years, but it will end. We hope it will be a peaceful end. It's soon in our days.
थैंक यू। आज इस एहतजाज से, इस प्रोटेस्ट से साबित हो गया कि इंसानियत का कोई मज़हब नहीं होता। इंसानियत जुल्म के ख़िलाफ़ हर इंसान खड़ा होता है, मज़लूमों के हक़ में हर इंसान बोलता है। आज करबलाई आवाज़ ये आज की इस एहतजाजी रैली ने साबित कर दिया कि तमाम आलम इस्लाम एक ज़बान होकर आवाज़ बुलंद कर रहा है। क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के लिए, बैतुल मुक़द्दस के हवाले से, फ़लस्तीनियों के हक़ ख़ुद इरादियत के लिए ये अल-कुद्स रैली, जिसका आगाज़ ईरान से सदा बुलंद हुई थी रहबर मुअज़्ज़म आयतुल्लाह ख़ुमैनी की सदा पर, आज पूरी दुनिया इस पर लब्बैक कह रही है। और उस आवाज़ पे लब्बैक कहते हुए तमाम मुसलमान और दुनिया के दूसरे मज़ाहिब के लोग क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के हक़ में नारे लगाते हुए अपनी मंजिल की तरफ जा रहे हैं। आज इसमें बहुत बड़ी तादाद उलमा की शरीक है, मुख्तलिफ़ मज़ाहिब के दानिश्वर शरीक हैं यहाँ, मुख्तलिफ़ मज़ाहिब के प्रोफेसर शरीक हैं यहाँ। इतनी बड़ी तादाद में हम देख रहे हैं और एक ज़बान होकर क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के लिए आवाज़ उठा रहे हैं। शुरू करें जी। नाज़रीन, अहलेबैत टीवी से फिर हम एक दफ़ा हाज़िर हुए हैं और ये एहतजाज जारी है। बैतुल मुक़द्दस की आज़ादी के हवाले से, क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी के हवाले से एहतजाज जारी है। हमारे साथ हमारी एक बहुत ही मोहतरम शरीक है इस एहतजाज में।
फ़लस्तीन में इसको 70 बरस हो गए, लेकिन बेदारी नहीं पैदा हुई थी। ये सब ये जानते थे, यासर अराफ़ात को जानते थे, लेकिन जैसे इनकलाब हुआ है तो पहले ही साल इमाम ख़ुमैनी रहमतुल्लाह अलैह ने ये कर दिया था तय कि फ़लस्तीन के लिए आवाज़ उठाई जाए, और आखिरी जुमे को ये यौमुल क़ुद्स वो सारी दुनिया में होता है। ये मज़लूमों के लिए आवाज़ उठाने का दिन है। लेकिन अभी ये है कि इसमें बहुत चीज़ें हम लोगों के दिमाग में आ गई कि सुन्नी शिया का मैटर है या ये है, तो ये रफ्ता रफ्ता समझ के हमें आ गई ये इंसानियत का सवाल है। सुन्नी शिया, हिंदू मुसलमान या किसी का मज़हब से नहीं है, और लोगों को तफसील भी नहीं मालूम है। तो मैं तो चूँकि इस तरह की चैनल्स देखती हूँ और पढ़ती भी रहती हूँ कि हो रहा, ये लेटेस्ट बता रही हूँ कि शायद ना मालूम हो इसलिए बता रही हूँ कि हाइना जो है वहाँ छोड़े जाते हैं फ़िलिस्तीनों के घर के पास, ताकि वो बच्चों को डिस्टर्ब करें, और चूहे छोड़े जाते हैं उनके घरों में, और पानी में पॉइज़न मिलाना जाए। ये हम लोगों को नहीं मालूम क्योंकि हमारा मीडिया इसमें नहीं देता है कुछ, तो इसलिए। और अच्छा, और जो ऑर्गन से जो बच्चे माइनर्स जो हैं, जो छोटे बच्चे हैं, उनको पकड़ा जाता है, उनके ऑर्गन्स जो हैं उसकी बिज़नेस होती है इजराइल में। ये इतनी गहरी बातें हैं, ये जो पकड़े जाते हैं, यानी अभी 1000 या 9 मुझे फिगर्स नहीं याद है, मगर 700-800 तो ज़रूर माइनर्स हैं, 5 हैं, अंडर 7 हैं। तो वो जब पकड़े जाते हैं तो उनको उनके ऑर्गन्स काटे जाते हैं और उसका बिज़नेस होता है। ये जो अगर लोगों को ये शऊर बेदार हो कि लोग इंटरनेट पर देखें, मालूम करें कि ये तो जुल्म कितना हो रहा है, तो ये इंटरनेट पे भी नहीं लोग देखते हैं, ख़बरों में भी नहीं दिया जाता है, तो उनको ये जुल्म कैसे मालूम हो। अच्छा, जो शऊर वाले हैं और बसीरत वाले हैं वो हर तरह की फ़िक्र रखते हैं कि हमारे जो भी प्रोग्राम हैं, यानी हमारे मजहबी प्रोग्राम जो है वो अपनी जगह दुरुस्त हैं, लेकिन ये इतना बड़ा हिस्सा है मज़हब का कि इसको ज़रूर समझना चाहिए कि फ़िलिस्तीन का आखिर मामला क्या है। तो हर साल हमको जितना भी हो सके हमको इसमें शिरकत करें, क्योंकि ये जो मैन पावर है, जो हमारा क्राउड है, ये काफ़ी असर रखता है। जितनी ज़्यादा आवाज़ें हुई इतना असर होगा, तो इसलिए मेरा आना होता है।
शुक्रिया। आज के इस एहतजाज ने साबित कर दिया कि ये शिया सुन्नी का मसला नहीं है, बल्कि ये आलम इस्लाम का मसला है कि क़िबला अव्वल की आज़ादी और वहाँ जो जुल्म जारी है इसराइल का, वहाँ जो मुसलसल जुल्म हो रहा है, उसके ख़िलाफ़ आवाज़ एहतजाज बुलंद करना हमारा अखलाकी फ़र्ज़ है, हमारा दीनी फ़र्ज़ है। यकीनन इस हवाले से जो एहतजाज आज जारी है सेंट्रल लंदन में, उसमें बहुत बड़ी तादाद आलम इस्लाम की ही नहीं बल्कि दूसरे मज़ाहिब के लोग भी शरीक हैं। हम उन तमाम हज़रात के शुक्रगुज़ार हैं जिन्होंने अपने ख़यालात का इजहार किया। यहाँ
व मलाइकतहु युसल्लूना अलन नबी या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू सल्लू अलैहि व सल्लिमू तस्लीमा। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। या अय्युहल्लज़ीना आमनू मन यर्तद्द मिनकुम अन दीनिही मन यर्तद्द मिनकुम अन दीनिही फसौफ यातिल्लाहु बिक़ौमिन युहिब्बुहुम फसौफ यातिल्लाहु बिक़ौमिन युहिब्बुहुम व युहिब्बूनहु अज़िल्लतिन अलल मुअमिनीन अइज़्ज़तिन अलल काफ़िरीन युजाहिदून फ़ी सबीलिल्लाहि वला यख़ाफ़ून लौमत लाइम ज़ालिक फ़ज़्लुल्लाहि युअतीहि मन यशा वल्लाहु वासिउन अलीम। इन्नमा वलिय्युकुमुल्लाहु व रसूलुहु वल्लज़ीना आमनुल्लज़ीना युक़ीमूनस्सलाता व यु'तूनज़्ज़काता व हुम राकिऊन। वमन यतवल्लल्लाह व रसूलहु वल्लज़ीना आमनू फ़इन्न हिज़्बल्लाहि हुमुल गालिबून। फ़इन्न हिज़्बल्लाहि हुमुल गालिबून। सदक़ल्लाहुल अलीयुल अज़ीम। सलवात।
Give Brother Wajah London's Al Quds 2019. Make some noise. I can't hear you. Make some noise. We went past the parliament, didn't we? Didn't we? And we don't care what colour, what nationality, what religion a Zionist is. A Zionist is a Zionist. We don't agree with their ideology. And we also know we've got some Muslims in parliament who are also Zionists. Do we not? So-called, some of them say, yeah. So I want you to join in on this one. You know the words. E-I-E-I-O. Are you ready? Are you ready? The British Parliament has some Muslims. Yeah, I got to do louder than that. You got to you got to get that your peak up. The British Parliament has some Muslims. And lots of those Muslims are Zionists. With Munafiq here and a Munafiq there, here Munafiq there, Munafiq everywhere, a Munafiq. British Parliament has some Muslims. And some of those Muslims are Zionists. With Munafiq here and Munafiq there, here Munafiq there, Munafiq everywhere, a Munafiq. British Parliament has some Muslims. Give yourselves a loud cheer. Manchester, are you here? Birmingham, are you here? Cardiff, are you here? London, are you here? Quds 2019, London, are you here? Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! You will see, you will see! Our first speaker. We've got a list of speakers. It's been a short procession, so we're going to make it up on the speakers for you, all right? Okay? Make some noise, come on, let's hear you! Let's just drown them out with some pro-Palestinian sounds, yeah? Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Our first speaker, for those of you who don't know, like all our speakers, they don't need an introduction. Professor Haim Breshid is our first speaker. Professor Haim Breshid is a filmmaker, a photographer, and a film studies scholar. He teaches at the School of Oriental and African Studies. His books include a best-selling Introduction to the Holocaust and co-edited volume with Haifa Hamami, The Conflict and Contemporary Visual Culture in Palestine and Israel. In 2012, the professor completed the film London is Burning on the August 2011 London riots. Let me tell you, it's not easy for people like Professor Haim to speak up against the Zionists. It's very difficult. They get abused. They get called all sorts from people in Israel. All sorts. From Capo to God knows what. But they stand here, shoulder to shoulder, with all of us, standing for the human rights of the Palestinians to live freely in their country. Please make some noise for Dr. Professor Haim Breshid. Come on.
We were led here by the rabbis and the ulama. This is symbolic. I want to bring you greetings from the Jewish Network for Palestine. We are a sister organization of the Jewish Voice for Peace in the US. Our members are with you today, thinking of Palestine and its suffering on this day of Ramadan, just before the iftar. In the context of the manufactured crisis about anti-Semitism on the left, I wish to remind us that until the establishment of Israel, Jews have lived in peace and safety in the Arab and Islamic world, never suffering excesses of oppression and anti-Semitism. Judophobia of all kinds remains a European and Christian phenomenon, in great contrast to the role played by Jews in the Arab world, in the Muslim world, on all levels of society in all countries. Apart from few exceptions, Jewish life in Arab Muslim societies was one of collaboration, cooperation, and coexistence. This is what is called convivencia in Muslim Spain, life together of the three religions, the sons and daughters of Abraham. Jews were integrated into such societies. at the highest levels of each country and played a crucial role in cultural life. In Spain, Jews and Muslims worked together on the translation of classical Greek texts. Without those translations from the Arabic back into Latin, Europe will not have what they consider the most important cultural material of Europe. In Ottoman Empire, in North Africa, in the Balkans, and not least in Palestine, the three religions have enjoyed safety and coexistence not seen before or after. Zionism has brutally shattered such rich traditions of life together, installing racial hatred and colonial disdain towards the Palestinians, the indigenous population of the country who have lived there for many centuries. We, as anti-Zionist Jews, are together with Palestine, with those who are oppressed and subjugated under illegal and inhuman military occupation and colonial regime. We denounce the treatment of Palestinians, especially in the blockaded Gaza, and call for all of us in Britain to use boycotts, divestment, and sanctions to bring about the end of Zionism and its cruel practices, and to bring about a just, lasting peace and coexistence for all who live in Palestine, as well as the Palestinian refugees living abroad, under a secular democratic state as proposed by the PLO, the sole representative of the Palestinians. Palestine shall be free. Gaza shall be free. All people in Palestine shall be free. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! In our hundreds and in our millions, we are all Palestinians. Free Palestine! Thank you.
Let's give it up for Professor Haim. Come on, London 2019, make some noise! Shall we do a song? We don't want no Zionism. Yeah? Bit of air guitar playing. The ulama will forgive me on this one. We don't need no Zionism. Down and down, bum, down, down, down. Look, this is Pink Floyd. This is another brick in the wall. It's all right. We'll do a couple of bars. I'll pretend you're the they can tell me off later. We don't need no Zionism. Down and down, up and down, up and down, 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 up and down, down. We don't need no Zionist control. Down and down, bump and down, down and down, bump and down. Trump's your man and he's a fascist. Down and down, bump and down, down and down, bump and down. You're a bunch of racist trolls. Down and down, bump and down, bump and down, bump and down. Hey, Zionist, leave Palestine alone. All in all, you're just a bunch of land-grabbing thieves. Hey, all in all, you're just a bunch of land-grabbing thieves. We don't need no Zionism. Bum. Thank you. We'll bring you back more. Tribute to Roger Waters and all the work he does with BDS. Standing up for the Palestinian cause. Thank you. Our next speaker is someone again who really gets it in the neck from the Zionists. Les Lezidov, who's a regular. He comes here and stands up for the Palestinian cause. Les Lezidov has helped set up the campaign against criminalizing communities in early 2001. Previously, he was involved in other campaigns against criminalization. He has opposed Israeli occupation through various UK campaigns, such as Jews for Boycotting Israeli Goods, Jewish Network for Palestine, and British Committee for the Universities of Palestine. Please, put your hands together. Make some noise for Les Lezidov!
We are here today to demand that Israel abandon its colonization of Palestine and that Western governments and companies stop supporting the colonization project. Protests often demand end the occupation, referring to the 1967 seizure of the West Bank and Gaza, declared illegal by UN resolutions. But that seizure only extended the original colonization project, which established the State of Israel in 1948, and which recognizes no permanent boundaries. Over the last couple decades, further colonization has turned the two-state solution into a fantasy, but it remains a necessary fantasy for Western governments to collude with further colonization through its political support, arms sales, technology development, security cooperation with Israel, and so-called anti-terror powers. These powers have been used to label liberation movements as terrorists and to sanitize state terrorism as counterterrorism. This is a broader pattern worldwide played by Western governments, especially the UK, in supporting terrorist states, in supporting Saudi Arabia's terrorism against Yemen, supporting Turkey's terrorism against its Kurdish population, supporting India's terrorism against Kashmir and its Muslim population, and so on. The European Union likes to portray itself as humanitarian, but it funds the Israeli military-industrial project through its research and development programs, as well as by subsidizing the occupation. It simply rebuilds facilities that are destroyed by Israel. Israel's most important supporter, the US government, has intensified its support for Israeli colonization under the Trump regime. In particular, it has unilaterally recognized Israel's illegal annexation of East Jerusalem. It's moved its embassy to Jerusalem. It closed the US consulate there, and it closed the PLO office in Washington. It also recognized Israel's annexation of the Syrian Golan Heights. The US president has also announced the so-called deal of the century, supposedly to resolve the conflict, with the threat of even more punishments if Palestinian representatives decline the offer. How do we understand these changes? According to some critics, the Trump regime has ruptured the international consensus, and that the US government is no longer an honest broker. But was it ever? As we know, it really means that the mask has dropped. The mask has dropped from the imperialist agenda that always characterized US administrations. This more blatant reality has caused some discomfort for collaborationist Arab regimes and for Palestinian representatives who preferred the deceptive mask of imperialism. Now, the PNA, the Palestine National Authority, which has helped Israel to police the Palestinians since 1993, now it faces unstable and uncertain rewards for its collaboration. These dangers are very great for the Palestinians. We must mobilize our supporters to counter the threats, especially through the campaign of boycott, divestment, and sanctions, BDS. Everybody knows don't buy Israeli dates, and that's symbolically important, but that's just an individual boycott. The most important BDS actions are targeting institutions, targeting the investments by pension funds, investments by British banks. And here I want to encourage everyone to join in the campaign against HSBC, which has been arming Israel through its investments in several arms companies and its investments in Caterpillar, whose bulldozers have been used systematically to destroy Palestinian homes. HSBC, conveniently for us, has branches all over the country. It should be easy to get together with your friends and start picketing, protesting, even occupying at your local branch of HSBC. And you can join the national campaign by doing so. And in these ways, we say, stop British complicity with Zionist colonization. Free Palestine.
Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. We'll be sitting we'll have a cup of, what can be more British than that, eh? Having a cup of tea in occupied Palestine. In fact, when we have a cup of tea in Palestine, it no longer will be occupied. It'll be free for Muslims, Christians, Jews, and people of no faith. Free, free! Free, free! Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, our next speaker needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. All the way from Scotland! Anyone else from Scotland here? You've got your fans here. Are you Celtic fans? Are you a Celtic fan, Mick? What? Are you a Celtic fan?
Not saying.
Not saying, all right. So, Mick Napier is well known to you. The previous speakers take it in the neck and the head. Mick gets it everywhere, believe me. I've seen the type of filth they write about him on the internet. I'm talking about the Zionist lot over there, the fascists and the racists. We've seen what they do. So please, give a big round of applause and make some noise and a big welcome for, all the way from Scotland, Mick Napier!
Friends, thank you for the opportunity to address you. There's a Scottish comedian called Frankie Boyle, and he tells a joke about an old TV series called Colombo. And in Colombo, it's different from the usual detective stories, because you see the murder at the beginning, and then the whole program is, how does he track down and trap the murderer? But you see it at the beginning, it's obvious, it's in your face. And he tells a joke about his granny, who says during the program, I think she did it. He says, Granny, we saw it at the beginning, we know who did it. It's open, it's public. There's a guy just been suspended from the Labour Party for saying the Israeli embassy is behind the whole wave of false, phony, fake, malicious anti-Semitism allegations. He's been suspended for saying something, and it made me think of the Frankie Boyle joke. It's obvious, they don't hide it. The Israeli embassy does it. They do it openly. They have workshops around the country where all the local Zios get together, Christians and Muslims and Jews, they all get together, the Zios, because there are some of each, and they plot how to smear those of us who stand up for the Palestinian people. Your crime today is to stand up for the noble people of Palestine. And I have to tell you, there are 100 reasons to cut your wrists. There are many reasons to despair. A sex abuser is going to be entertained by the Queen in London in the next few days. He's going to be here for our lap of honour. He should be in prison. There's so many reasons to despair. But when you see the Palestinians standing up Friday after Friday, week after week, being mowed down by snipers, and still they come back, how can we despair? The cost of resistance in Britain is very small. It doesn't cost much. Only a few people get fired from their jobs. Very few get killed. It doesn't cost very much to stand up to the monstrous crimes against the Palestinian people. And you here today are doing it. And you're inspiring other people who watch you and don't quite have the courage to join today, but might find that courage tomorrow. Friends, the horror in Palestine gets worse and worse every year. And now it's open murder. The United Nations Human Rights Council a few weeks ago reported, I quote, Israel is killing children knowing that they are children. It's killing reporters. is killing disabled Palestinians, knowing that they are disabled. This is black, bloody genocide, and our government has condemned the UN Council for making that report. The Foreign Minister of Britain attacked the UN Council. Amnesty International backed it. The British government attacked the Council and said it was unbalanced. Friends, how can you be balanced between snipers for a year murdering people in front of them and the people have been murdered? How can you be balanced? That's a pathological condition. It's wrong not to support the Palestinians. It's unhealthy. And I look on you today and I draw inspiration from your health, your standing up, your determination to be counted. The Muslims, the Jews, and those of us who are not religious believers. We stand together, united for the people of Palestine. Friends, I'll finish by saying this. The horror constantly gets worse. The British government complicity is never ending. I carry a special burden of shame. Balfour was Scottish. Tony Blair was Scottish. We have a lot of ground to make up, and we're trying to make it up today. We will win, but the complicity of the British government is profound and deep and black and profitable. But the resistance of the Palestinians is detonating support around the world. Two facts. A Gallup poll in America 2 months ago said the great majority of young people in America support Palestine and are not drawn towards support for Israel. Larger and larger numbers of American Jews are disgusted with Israel, and the leaders of this community are complaining about the young people because they don't support Israel, they don't do as they're ordered. Friends, we will win, nothing surer. There has never been a movement for human progress against slavery that didn't bring a rabble onto the street to support slavery. There was never a movement for the vote, for men or for women, that didn't bring a rabble such as these out on the street to oppose it. We are standing for human freedom. We're standing against the forces of murder, ethnic cleansing and genocide. We will win, and no matter our numbers today, in the future, those who stand with this rabble, and I mean Theresa May, God help us from Boris Johnson. When we think of them, we will win. We've no choice. We have to fight. The dark days ahead, but we'll come through. Thank you.
Please, let's give it up for Mick Napier. Come on, make some noise. The fast don't open until about 9:26 today, so everyone can chill. No, it won't be that long. Our next speaker is actually a poet, Hafiz Ibrahim. We're going to have a poem about a very special boy before I invite Sister Sakina. She'll forgive me that I bring on the poet first. Faris Odeh. Faris Odeh's name shall be etched on every one of our hearts. He is the young boy, just a boy, who went out to throw stones against a tank. We've seen his picture around. I think the IHRC had some T-shirts made with him on it. His name shall be etched. His name shall be taught to every child, to all our children. When children write about who their heroes are in school, they should go and write about Faris Odeh. I'd like to invite Sister Ibrahim to come and recite the poem, which will be in the beautiful, eloquent language of Arabic, the language of Faris Odeh, please, with a nice, let's make some, let's give it up for in the remembrance of Faris Odeh. Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Sister Ibrahim, please.
Hello. I'm so honored to be between you today reciting a poem that I wrote years ago. However, whenever I say the resistance in the children's eyes in Palestine, this poem repeats itself. It represents, Faris Odeh represents all the children in occupied Palestine who is the resistance is still in their eyes, in their hands, and they still die standing. I wrote this poem a few weeks after Faris Saudi died. And I said, oh Faris, I feel so sad, so proud to learn you are immortal early in your age. Being lifeless with no more, extremely shocking, warless, and so bold. However, manhood grew early in your heart. A teen boy under repression who stood for his rights and called no for repression. Boy, your fingers are so small, so smart, to reform a history out of stone, to quiver the consciousness of this world and heave revolution of discussions. Yes, you did, and yes, you had, with the aroma of your innocence and the aroma of your soul, as if while your body falls, your eternity rises. Like Jesus the Christ, the son of your moral land who was sacrificed before. Forgot you not, little child. Forgot you not, little child, for me you were and always will be. A true Faris, a true knight, a form of dignity beyond the time, like all the children in Palestine, an awesome phenomena of uprising, like the rocks and the mountains and the trees in our gardens. You died standing, and we die standing. We die standing. Thank you.
My apologies to Hafiza. For those of you confused, that was English. It was in Arabic, so my apologies. Could I now invite from another organization that spends a lot of time, a lot of effort, standing up for the oppressed all around the world. You see a lot of these, they call them guerrilla things, projected onto buildings all around, whether it's for Zakzaki in Nigeria, whether it's for the Palestinians, or whether it's for the Bahrainis. And a lot of that work is done by InMinds. Can I please invite Sister Sukaina to come and talk? We've got a few more after this. Weather's fine, chill out, your coaches aren't going back yet. We've got about 3 more speakers after this, 4 more, and then we'll wrap up. But please, can you make some noise for Sister Sukaina from InMinds? Come on! No. Gotta do better than that. Free! Free! Sister Sukaina, round of applause, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My brothers and sisters in humanity, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And with your loudest voice, free Palestine! Free Palestine! Al-Quds Day was established 40 years ago on the 16th of August 1979, on the first Ramadan after the victory of the Islamic Revolution. Imam Khomeini, Rizwanullah alayhi, inaugurated the last Friday of Ramadan as Al-Quds Day, a day for solidarity with the oppressed in the world. In particular, the oppressed of Palestine. Every year since that day, without exception, we have seen Al-Quds Day demonstrations all around the world, including London. This year, nearly 1,000 cities worldwide are commemorating Al-Quds Day. Al-Quds Day is a precious fruit of the victory of the Islamic Revolution of Iran. But it is not an end in itself. Al-Quds Day is a platform we have been gifted from which to launch our own campaigns and movements for the liberation of Palestine. We all have a personal responsibility to fight this injustice. In this fight, and this fight is not an easy one, sacrifices, personal sacrifices will need to be made for its victory. I want to give one example of sacrifice from the struggle against another apartheid regime, South Africa. On 19th July 1984, a woman came up to the checkout in Dunes grocery store in Dublin, Ireland, with 2 South African outspent grapefruits. Mary Mannings, the cashier, prayed the woman would bypass her and go to another till. But when she opted for Mary's checkout, the 21-year-old told the customer she could not handle the South African goods as they were produced under the apartheid regime. This small act of solidarity changed the course of history. 11 workers in Dunes grocery store decided to boycott South African goods. They refused to sell South African products to customers. The 11 workers, nearly all women, were immediately suspended, leading to a strike. One of the workers, a 27-year-old mother, Vonnie Monroy, admitted, "We did not know about apartheid at the start, but as the strike grew, we learned more, and we just wanted to let Irish people know what was really going on." Another striking woman says she had never met a black person before the strike. Vonnie did not think the strike would last long and that they would be back at work within a couple of weeks. In fact, it took 2 years and 9 months to break the deadlock in one of the most bitter strikes the country has ever witnessed. Many of the ignorant public spat at them and shouted abuse, calling them nigger lovers and telling them to look after their own. They were intimidated by special branch who visited their homes, telling them they were silly little girls. One of the women described the low point in the dispute was watching other dune workers who hadn't gone on strike waving their Christmas bonuses in their faces. And while she was on the picket line. We were on the picket line every day of every week. One winter, it was so bad that we actually had plastic inside our shoes. Another striker recalls, the canteen was just over our picket line, and they would throw tea and tomatoes on top of us. It was very bitter. The deadlock was only broken after the Irish government finally caved in and imposed a county-wide ban on the importation of all South African goods. So Dunes, along with all stores in Ireland, were forced to end the sale of South African goods. The small act of solidarity by Mary Manning, refusing to sell 2 African grapefruits that dropped in the ocean, had turned the tide against apartheid in Ireland. Nelson Mandela said, "The strikers provided me with great hope during my years of imprisonment and inspiration to millions of South Africans. And today, there is a street in Johannesburg named after Mary Mannings." It was a huge victory for the struggle against apartheid, but it wasn't without sacrifice and cost. Vonnie lost her home because she could not afford the mortgage repayments on just £21 strike pay a week. While she admitted it was a huge price to pay, especially since I had a 3-year-old daughter to support. She was uncompromising in her stand for the oppressed. She says, even though I was forced to take a 1-bedroom flat, we were still better off than the terrible conditions that the blacks were living in South Africa, just because of the color of their skin. Even after the strike ended, their personal sacrifice continued. One of the strikers, Karen Garon, recalls, I was blacklisted. I couldn't get a job anywhere because I was considered a troublemaker. She was forced to move to another town to look for work. Coming back to the Palestinian struggle, just a few weeks ago, on 10th of May 2019, these same striking women from 35 years ago again took a stand for the oppressed, this time for the Palestinians. They wrote an open letter calling for the Irish entry to the Eurovision Song Contest, which was being hosted in Tel Aviv, to boycott apartheid Israel. They wrote, we believe Israel practices apartheid against the Palestinian people. When we were active in South Africa, Solidarity Movement, we supported and promoted an international boycott of that apartheid regime. Today, Palestinians have called for a similar campaign of boycott, divestment, and sanctions to help them to overcome the oppressors. We fully support this campaign. Despite all the personal costs they suffered, they continue to stand with the oppressed today. What we have to ask today, what we have to ask ourselves is, where are the Mary Mannings, Vonnie Monroe and Karen Girons amongst us, willing to make the personal sacrifice needed for this just cause? This is what Al-Quds Day is about, to raise our spirits and strengthen our resolve so that we can enter the battlefield for the oppressed. This is what Imam Khomeini meant when he described Al-Quds Day as the day for the oppressed to confront the arrogant powers. Coming to the protest today is just a start, not the end of our solidarity. Thank you very much. Free, free Palestine!
Thank you very much, Sister Sakina. We've got 2, 3, 4 more speakers to go, and each one is a gem, I believe you. So they're all really, sorry, I'm just trying to get this, the mic. Is that all right? No? You don't need, that's all right, good. Right, our next speaker, you know, we talk about racism when we talk about fascism, when we talk about victims of racism. The next person only knows too well what the far right and that mob behind us are capable of. Maz Salim's father was going on his way, I think for Fajr prayers, wasn't it? Isha prayers in Birmingham, upon which he was attacked by a far-right extremist, and he was killed. Those of you, many of you will know about the case and the situation. So it's really, I'm really grateful that Maz has took the trouble to come all the way from Birmingham to address us. Can we please welcome Maz with some cheers for Palestine? Yeah, let's hear it and let the sawab go to a departed father. Free, free! Free, free! Louder, come on, let's get those lungs going. Free, free! Free, free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Free, free! Free, free! Please, Al-Quds, London, 2019, make some noise for Maz Salim!
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
It's an absolute honor to be here today to speak at the Quds Day protest. Once again, we're outside 10 Downing Street to tell this despicable Tory government to stop supporting Israel, to stop arming Israel, to stop supporting terrorists such as Netanyahu. When I say Netanyahu, you say terrorists. Netanyahu! 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 Thank you. War, imperialism, fascism and racism are the breeding ground for discrimination and hatred in the UK that this UK government is complicit in. Simply open your mouth on Israel and Palestine, and faster than you can blink, you'll be labeled either anti-Semitic or a Hamas terrorist. If we cannot find a middle ground in dialogue, how can we expect Israel and Palestine to find a middle ground? After all, peace is what we're after, right? The abhorrent ex-Prime Minister, and he says such joy to say ex-Prime Minister Theresa May has finally gone. She wanted people, British people, to feel pride in the Balfour Declaration. What exactly is there to be proud of? Balfour initiated a policy of British support for Israel, which continues to this very day to the detriment of the occupied Palestinians of the West Bank and the 5 million Palestinian refugees living largely in warrens of poverty around the Middle East, including Israeli besieged Gaza. Israel was born in 1948 out of the dispossession of Palestinians. With every decade that passes, more Palestinian land has been seized by both the Israeli state and Zionist settlers. The British government should be ashamed of itself for always commemorating the Balfour centenary with pride. The UK's relationship with Israel is founded on settler colonialism, mutual violation of human rights, and airbrushing history. For over 100 years, the UK has always been ready and willing to support Zionism at the expense of the Palestinians, from the Balfour Declaration itself to the continued military and diplomatic assistance, even when civilians are being massacred during one of Israel's routine offensives in Gaza. For people of Gaza, things are never normal. When F-16 fighter jets are now raining bombs over one of the most densely populated areas on the planet, Gazans are living with reality of 94% of their water being unfit for human consumption. 8 hours of electricity a day, if they're lucky. Mass unemployment and no freedom to move. Their fishermen are shot at, they are injured and not even allowed to leave Gaza to receive necessary medical treatment. The airstrikes carried out by Israel recently in May killed 25 Palestinians in under 48 hours, including a 14-month-old baby and her pregnant mother. The airstrikes deliberately targeted residential buildings, libraries, cultural centers, and utilities infrastructure. The idea that Israel tried to say that they weren't focusing on civilians and they were trying to avoid civilians is a categorical lie. In fact, the Israeli government admitted that Hamas and Islamic Jihad were willing to agree to a ceasefire on that Sunday morning, but the Israeli government continued its assault on over 200 sites in Gaza, which killed several people, including another pregnant sister, because they wanted to send a message. Yet the mainstream media reports worldwide painted a very, very biased picture between the violence carried out by Israel. World leaders lined up to condemn Hamas and give their solidarity to Israel, including the British Foreign Secretary. Trump tweeted his support for his lover, Netanyahu. And it's going to get a lot worse with Trump's deal of the century and Netanyahu's plan to annex settlements and possibly envelop Area C in the West Bank, whichever comes first. For Palestinians, the message from Israel and the world is that they must sit back and accept that they don't have a right to freedom, justice, equality, or even the right to exist. Those that want to show their solidarity with Palestine, home and abroad, are falsely accused of being anti-Semitic, and now supporting BDS has become illegal around the world and is seen anti-Semitic. Now, the attacks on Jeremy Corbyn in Britain, the attacks on pro-Palestine supporters that call Israel an apartheid state, which it is, and a racist endeavour, which it is deemed to be anti-Semitic too. The only way that we can counter these attacks and send our solidarity to our brothers and sisters in Palestine is that we oppose the British government's uncritical support for Israel and its complicity in its crime. We have to stand up and make our voices heard. We have to organise in our communities, in our workplaces, in our universities and our schools, and win the argument that Palestine is at the forefront of all our discussions. More than ever today, as the Palestinians face the full brutal wrath of Netanyahu and Trump. Please join me on Tuesday when Donald Trump arrives here for his despicable UK state visit. I'll be running the Muslimah Resist block. It's for men and women. Join us on Tuesday, and please show your solidarity to our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Brick by brick, wall by wall, Israel's apartheid wall will fall. Thank you very much.
Let's hear it from Maz Salim. Thank you, Maz. Trump is a fascist. Trump is a fascist. La 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 la. Fascist. La la la. Come on, let's hear you guys. Trump is a fascist. Trump is a fascist. La 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 la. Wait. Trump is a fascist. Trump is a fascist. La 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 la. Wait. La la la. Last year, this next speaker not only lit a fire in those people's hearts, his video went global, it went viral. He told the Zionists to their face what we think about them. No fear in his eyes. Neither did his voice tremble. He stood firm and he backed up every single word he said. Year in and year out, he's done the same. And last year, they started crying behind us. They started wailing at what he had to say. So please, brothers and sisters, put your hands together for Sheikh Bamanpour!
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I won't take long of your time. I just have a few bullet points here that I want to point out. As you know, President Trump has proposed a deal of century to resolve the conflict in Palestine, brokered by his son-in-law, Jared Kushner. I think that's a very good move. We have to welcome a deal. It's a long deal that we need to resolve the conflict. However, we accept a deal, and Palestinians would accept a deal. But the point is that you cannot set the terms of the deal because you are in retreat, and the resistance is in advance. And the one who is in retreat cannot set the terms of a deal, which is going to be the deal of century. I tell you, you are in retreat because you were inflicted a heavy defeat in 33 days war in Lebanon by the hands of Hezbollah fighters. You are in retreat because you were defeated by resistance in your recent attack on Gaza. You are in retreat because your Iron Dome proved to be useless, could not stop the missiles coming from Gaza. You are in retreat because the resistance is in its strongest power now, and you are in your weakest. And when I say you, I mean America and Israel together and all their supporters. You are in retreat because you are begging Iran for negotiation. You are in retreat because the conscientious people of the world do not believe your fallacies anymore. You are in retreat because you have lost the ethical ground for your existence. And therefore, it is the resistance who sets the terms of the deal of the century. And I tell you, this deal is going to happen, and it's going to happen soon, in the first half of the century, not towards the end of this century. Now, I mention the terms of the deal put forward by the resistance. If you agree with these terms, please support it with shouting, "Free, free Palestine." One, the first term of the deal, America must leave the Middle East. She does not belong there, and during its history in the region has only caused bloodshed, carnage, and strife. Two, the West must stop its destabilizing activities in the region. I tell you, this is not your region, this is our region. We can solve our problems ourselves, and if you have interest there, you have to seek it somewhere else by other means, because now the resistance is not letting you to take the benefit from the poor people of the region, which of course their money is taken away by those governments which are so-called your allies. So I mentioned the second term. If you agree with it, say Free Palestine. The West must stop its destabilizing activities in the region. Three, the Zionists must leave Palestine so that the Jews, Christians, and Muslims can live peacefully in that blessed land again like before. Four, the fake political entity called Israel must be dismantled. Palestinians must have the right to return to a land that belongs to them. This is the deal of the century. And I tell you, this deal is going to happen. It's going to happen in the first half of the 21st century. And inshallah, all of us will see that day. And the scope is quite clear for what we are hoping, inshallah. Long live Palestine.
Free, 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 from the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. You will see, you will see. Free, 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 free. So have a big up there for Sheikh Bamanpur, make some noise. Our next speaker is the editor-in-chief of an online digital newspaper called 5 Pillars. The beauty of 5 Pillars, it tries to unite all Muslims. The things in it you might not like, things in it you like, but that's the beauty of it. It challenges and it talks about all the issues a lot of people don't want to. So please, with a nice big cheer, can we welcome Roshan Mohammed Salah to come and give his talk. Free, free!
To go on the offensive against Israel and the supporters of Israel. It's time that we made it toxic to support Israel, just as they've tried to make it toxic for us to support Palestine. Israel is a terrorist state, created by ethnic cleansing, created by theft of land, and sustained through war, occupation, and oppression. That's what these guys are supporting. Oh, how proud of themselves they must be. And one day history will condemn them just as it has condemned the supporters of racist apartheid South Africa. No to the two-state solution, which was killed by Israeli settlements, dead a long time ago, and would now only serve to cement Israeli hegemony over stolen Palestinian land. The vast majority of Palestinians, religious and secular, believe it's dead. So why does pro-Palestine Jeremy Corbyn insist on supporting the two-state solution when he knows very well that it means the destruction of Palestine itself? Instead, we have to talk about the liberation of Palestine, and we have to talk about a one-state solution where everyone shares the land, one person, one vote. Israel has no moral right to exist. I'll say that again. It has no moral right to exist, just as apartheid South Africa had no moral right to exist. Saying Israel has no right to exist does not mean that we want to throw the Jews into the sea. Just as it didn't mean that opposing apartheid South Africa meant that we wanted to kill all white people. It just means that Israel has no right to exist at the expense of another people. No to the Israel lobby's definition of anti-Semitism, otherwise known as the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. It says that you are anti-Semitic if you question Israel's right to exist or call Israel racist. It's just a means of silencing Palestinian voices and harsh criticism of Israel. No to normalization with the Zionist entity in any way whatsoever. My understanding of BDS is an all-encompassing boycott of Israel, whether that be political, cultural, etc. Boycott of all Israeli institutions and their hardcore supporters. But soft normalization is happening right here in Britain, in some of our biggest mosques and Muslim institutions playing footsie with Zionists, under the guise of seemingly harmless interfaith activities. And interfaith is deliberately being promoted by Zionists as a means of trying to establish Israel as a fait accompli, to neuter criticism of it and to divide Muslim groups who might otherwise oppose it. Interfaith with Zionists is a bit like breaking bread with a burglar who's just stolen your house. The burglar says to you, you can't have your house back, but let's be friends. No, let's not be friends. So if Muslims want to do interfaith with Jews, let's do it with Neturei Karta. Let's do it with some of the Jews at this demonstration who share our struggle against the Zionist entity. It's their voice that needs amplifying, not Zionists. Yes to resistance. Let's not be shy about this. Palestinians, as an occupied people, have the right to resist by any means necessary. And the occupying power, Israel, has an obligation to withdraw. And the law says that resistance can be military, it can be political, cultural, academic, etc., etc. And those who are at the forefront of the resistance struggle need our support. And if you can't support them, be quiet about it. But don't demonize them and have the gall to say that you're pro-Palestine. But I fear our community leaders are selling the Palestinian cause down the river as we speak, to gain entrance into the establishment fold, to get round the top table in Downing Street, to get those knighthoods, to appear in the mainstream media. And if we don't stop them from going down this shameless route, then it'll become normal for Muslims to work alongside Zionists, thus selling out our Palestinian brothers and sisters. Where's the shame in our community leaders? Where's their love of Palestine? It's up to us to change their minds. I want a Muslim leadership that truly reflects the community, not their own vested interests. I want to be part of a Muslim community that's led by lions, not by mice. We need to hold our leaders to account, to keep them honest. They work for us, they gain their legitimacy from us not the other way around. To conclude, let me end by saying that Israel may be sitting pretty now, but in the future, will it really be sitting pretty? I don't think so. It's facing a demographic time bomb with the rise of the Palestinian population, with ultra-Orthodox groups, Jews in Israel, not serving in the army and not contributing much to the economy. Will Israel's main backer, America, still be supportive of this Western colonial outpost when the energy age finishes and the whole region becomes less strategic? Will America have the same cultural affinity with Israel as it does now when it becomes a majority non-white nation? And will the advent of a multipolar world with the rise of Muslim powers, will they finally give the Palestinians, the backing they deserve? None of us know the answers to these questions, but I do know that time is against Israel. And inshallah, in these last days of Ramadan, let's make dua. It could be Laylatul Qadr tonight. Let's make dua for the end of the apartheid Israeli regime. Thank you very much.
Free, free! Free, free! Free, free! Moving. Some of you at the back moving. Please come closer. Brother Roshan, there were some very salient points about the current pitiful state of some of the Muslims and their organizations and mosques and this la-di-da-di-da interfaith rubbish that they keep coming out with. We all believe in interfaith, but we believe in the right interfaith with a faith, not a political ideology. And that is why we have the rabbis from Mutrikatai. And of everyone who I've mentioned, from Mick, from the professor, from Professor Haim, from Les, who get it in the neck for raising their voices, including Maz, including Roshan, and including Sheikh Bahmanpur. Nobody gets it as bad as these guys who I'm going to introduce now. They get it really bad. I have seen them being physically punched. I have seen them being spat on. I have seen them being called capo and all sorts of vile, disgusting things on our demos that they come. Please, put your hands together and make a nice big cheer from the rabbis of Nutrikatai, including my good brother and my friend, Rabbi Beck. Please make some noise, and the rabbis of Nutrikatai.
My friends, we're coming here to show our solidarity with the Palestinian people. It's not the only place where we come in Al-Quds Day to show the Jewish solidarity with the Palestinian people. In a dozen of cities over the world. We was this year, we was in Brussels, we was in Berlin, we was in Canada, in Montreal, in Toronto, in New York, in California, in Detroit, in many cities over the world. We come to show our solidarity with our Palestinian brothers. There are over the world hundreds of thousands of Jewish people who are against the state of Israel. Come and look in our neighborhood. I myself, I live in Stamford Hill, not too far from here. Thousands of Jewish people living there. Hundreds of institutes you will find there. You will not see even one Israeli flag in the whole area. It's 71 years. 71 years of the state of Israel. 71 years of killing. 71 years of oppression. 71 years of robbing land and property. 71 years killing innocent men, women, children. It's very painful for all people, especially for us, the Jewish people, what everything has been done in our name, in the name of the Jews, in the name of the Torah, in the name of God. What the Zionists take out of concept, son verses of the Torah and twist it out for their own political agendas. We come here to bring out the real, true Jewish voice. The state of Israel has no right to speak in the name of Jews at all. They are not believers. They don't believe in God at all. Jews are in exile by divine decree. God sent us in exile. He forbid us to go out of exile by 3 oaths. The Zionist doesn't care about God. They doesn't care about the Torah. They lost their loyalty in God. We Jews are loyal to God. When God sent us in exile, we stay in exile. We not try to go against God. We believe in God in our good times, and even in the not good times. We are loyal to God like a small child keeps the hands of his mother. He's not worried for nothing. We also believe in God 100%, but the Zionists lost their trust in God. And they say we have to build up our own state. We don't care about God. We don't care about his exile. We're going out by force. We're doing what we want. Believing Jews can't do such a thing. The Zionist I'm declaring as a Jewish rabbi. The Zionists cannot speak in the name of the Jewish people at all. I can say that very clearly. Where you see Haredi Jews, ultra-Orthodox Jews, looks like me, I can say the vast majority of them is strongly anti-Zionist, and 95% of them are non-Zionist at least. As I say, come to Stamford Hill. I invite everybody to come to Stamford Hill. You will not find even one Israeli flag in the whole area, and not only in Stamford Hill. Everywhere where you see a concentration of Jewish people looks like me. Take, for example, Antwerp. Take, for example, even in Australia, in Argentina, not to mention in the USA, in New York, in Canada, in many, many places where you see people looks like me, you will never find the Israeli flag at all. Because Jewish people, real Jewish people, not so-called Jews like the Zionists, what they call themselves Jews falsely, but the real Jewish people, what they're following God, they're following the Torah, are totally against the state of Israel. The Zionists claim they want to make a safe haven for the Jewish people. Now in today's day, just open your eyes, just look. Jewish people living in the whole world, very, very safe. They have no problem. Take, for example, here in the UK, everywhere, even in the Muslim countries, Jews live very peacefully. Take, for example, Iran. They have a large Jewish community of 30,000 people, and they have no problem. They have their synagogues, they have their institutes, they have their schools for the children, they have their own member of parliament. They have no problem there. But the state of Israel today is the most dangerous place for Jews, not to speak for Palestinians, for Jews. Take this example. I'm living in London here already 32 years. I don't know how an English soldier looks like. I never saw them. But in Israel, a small child of 5 years saw already tanks, soldiers, guns in a daily life. This is a safe place. This is a safe place for Jewish people. This is the most dangerous place for Jewish people. Israel is not the Jewish homeland. This is the most dangerous place for Jewish people. The Zionists, they have the false propaganda machine. They have the influence of the media. I can promise you, for example, this large demonstration, I can promise you, it will not be in any newspaper tomorrow. On my promise, it will not be in any newspaper. I myself was in Manhattan by large demonstration against the Israeli embassy on the 2nd Street. For these what don't know, the 2nd Street is a big road of 7 lanes. And there was tens of thousands of Jewish people in the streets of Manhattan, people like me, to demonstrate against the state of Israel. Nothing, even one, the whole road was blocked. Even one word was mentioned in the media. Even the police, when they say the road is blocked, they say it's some roadworks there. However, the Zionists try to say, to label all the Muslim people as anti-Semites. I declare here as a Jewish rabbi, anti-Zionism is not anti-Semitism at all. We are all Semites. We are all together Jews, Muslims, against the evil state of Israel. Jews have a golden history in the Muslim countries. We live for centuries in all Muslim countries in peace. We have no problem at all. Even today, Jews live in Muslim countries very good. As I told, take for example Iran, Tunisia, Algeria, Morocco, Yemen, everywhere Jews live peacefully. They have no problem there at all. Only in the state of Israel we have problems day after day. Our boys are beaten because they want to take them into the army. And we refuse to go to the army. We go rather to prison. We go rather better to be killed rather than to go in the Israeli army. We will never join the Israeli army. Many of my brothers are imprisoned in today because they're rejecting to go in the Israeli army. The only solution for today's day is the state of Israel must come to an end. We are not supporting a two-state solution at all. The state of Israel is a rebellion against the Almighty. In the Torah it's written in Numbers 14. Why do you rebel against God? You will not succeed. You can see the state of Israel is 71 years. But 71 years of bombs, 71 years of killings. There will never be peace there. We hope and we pray to the Almighty to bring an end of the state of Israel. The state of Israel must be dismantled. We hope and pray for a peaceful end. Nobody looks for bloodshed. We hope very strongly that this year will be the last year with a demonstration against the state of Israel. The next year, Israel will be no more. We can celebrate, next year we can celebrate Al-Quds Day together in Jerusalem under a Palestinian government. We're going now to bear an Israeli flag. We want to show a total opposition against the state of Israel. The state of Israel must come to an end soon in our days, a peaceful end, and soon in our days.
No matter who you are, we are going to resist against you. We are part and parcel of resistance, global resistance against the Zionist state and their illegal occupation. And there is no one on this earth will actually stop us from supporting that resistance. That is part of our life, that is part of our belief. I want to also remind ourselves that Hazrat Ali alayhi salam said that mu'mineen are those who are enemy of oppressors and friend of oppressed. So really, we are putting that into practice today and every year until Palestine is free. Year by year, our numbers, our commitment will increase, not decrease at all. And I want to say to those governments like Saudis and others who have gone in bed with the Zionists and Zionist state and they become supporter of a state of Israel, there will be no future for you, neither on this earth or hereafter. You will see what you deserve to get when you face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, it's not just heads of Saudis. We are seeing some heads of our institution, our masajids, and our Imam Baras are doing the same thing, are actually putting hands in hands of the Zionists, and they are starting supporting them, inviting the Zionists into their centers. Our message to them is exactly the same, but with one difference. We as Mu'mineen, we as worshippers will not allow that to take place. We will not allow that to continue. And during the next year, we will do everything in our power with our friends to make sure that these Zionists will not become normalized in our community. Last, once again, I thank you all who came. And above everything, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I know without His mercy, we wouldn't have been here. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.